And these are the two types of functions, that is user defined and built-in functions. And this is the function definition. If you are possible to take the running notes, that will be very useful. I am instructing you, this is the first time I am asking you that. If you are going with your running notes, that will be very useful to you. Don't put your headsets and don't listen this. If it is possible, take the running notes also. I will share you the slide definitely, but if the running notes will be very useful when you are practicing the problems. And function calling methods. And now coming to the flow of execution. Can anyone tell me how the function will execute? By using this previous example, whatever example we have discussed in the previous class, can anyone tell me what is the flow of an execution of a function? First, what will happen there? So, okay, I will go with one of an example here, and after that you can tell me what is the flow of. What is the flow? After that, you can tell me what is the flow of the execution. So yes, the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I already discussed that in the functions. Yes. So function is a subprogram which consists of set of instructions used to perform a specific task. So here I have mentioned that I have defined a function over here, and I am declaring one of the function. I am calling one of the function, and that was considered as your main program. And this call function will call the add function, and it will execute the remaining statement in the add function. Yes. So can you tell me what is my function name here?
Add.
Add. So add is my function name, and what is the operation? That is a statement operation is going on in this program. What is the operation is going on in this program? So it means the addition operation is going on here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the addition operation is going on in this statement, and it will produce the result. In this, which block will be executed first? Whether it is a main function will execute first or a sub function will execute first?
Sub function, sir.
Is it so? Without main function, the sub function will not be executed, right? So first we want to go in these lines of code, how the Python will be taking the first line. It may be, it consists of a main function. It will run the main function here, and this is the main function, and it will execute this. This is the function call. So it automatically go to the sub function, and it will execute the remaining statement, right? If suppose I am giving here print welcome, then what will be my output now?
Error, sir.
Error. Very soon. Can you see this? What is my output now? It will start executing this line, that is 6th line. It will start executing, and the 7th line, the print welcome function is there. So whatever we are giving in the print function, it will execute the print function. It will display the print function here. And the 8th line, it will find out that we are calling the function. So it will go to the add function here, and here the input value, enter the integer input. So I am giving here as 1, and b is equal to again an integer value. I am giving is here as 2, and it will calculate the result c is equal to a plus b and print the value of c. So it will produce that sum is the value of c, and it will display the result. So the sum is 3. So likewise it will first execute the main function, and it will go to the function call method, and it will call the function, and remaining statement will be executed after the main function has been called. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now you will come into the flow is the order in which statement are executed is called the flow of execution. function call as like the bypass in the flow of execution. Instead of going to the next statement, the flow jump to the first line of the call function, execute all the statement there, and then come back and pick up where it left off. Fine. So it will call those functions, it will go to the call function and execute the statement first, and after that, if you are having any lines of code, then it will be executed. So this is the flow of the major flow of the execution of a function in the Python. So function define does not alter the flow of execution of a program, but remember the statement inside the function are not executed until the function is called. So this statement will not be executed until this function has been called. Fine. So if I am giving here as what will be my output? Yes. Only welcome will be displayed because in the main function only print statement is there. I am not calling this function, so this statement will be blocked till this function has been called. So if I am calling this add function, then I am running this command. First the welcome message will be displayed here. After that the add function will be called and it will go to the function and it will execute the remaining statement and it will produce the output. Yes? Any doubt in this?
Okay. No, sir.
Any doubt in this? No doubt. Fine. So this is the flow of an execution, how the flow will be executed. So the statement are executed one at the time in order from top to bottom. It will be executed from one at a time. It will be from top to bottom. So it will not consist of any mid of statement will not be executed at the first. It will be consist of top to bottom execution. And execution always begin at the first statement of the program. So execution begins always at the first statement. So this is a statement I have mentioned here. So this is defining a function. This is a function name. I am not passing any arguments here. So this is the statement number 1, statement number 2, statement number 3, statement number 4. Likewise, the n number of statement will be there in a one individual function. So this is the flow of an execution, how the function has been run in the Python program. Clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes. Now coming to the next topic. So, before going to the next topic, I want to go with this parameters and arguments. So, the parameters are the value provided in the parenthesis. So, whatever value that was provided in the parenthesis is known as a parameter. While defining this function, some of the values are a variable that was provided in this parenthesis is known as the parameters. These are the values required by function to work. So here the my add function want to be work by these two parameters, that is a and b. If there is more than one value required, all of them will be listed in the parameter listed separate by comma. If it is only one value, you can mention like this. If it is more than one value, one values are there, you can list it by commas. So if you are listed by commas, this my add function will be represented by only using of these three parameters, that is a, b and c. So the calculation want to be done according to a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to whatever it may be, that depends upon your program. So this is known as the parameters. And now coming to the arguments, that we want to pass the value to the function, that is my. So here we are defining a function and here we are passing the value to the particular function. So if I am giving my underscore add open parenthesis giving 1, 2, then what will be the meaning here? You just imagine that parameter, when you are defining a function, you are giving some of the parameters in the parenthesis. Some of the values in the parenthesis is known as a parameter. And what is meant by arguments? If you are calling a function, if you are giving a parameter value in those function is known as an arguments. So if this is an example, if this is an example here, that is def my underscore add a of b is my parameter, and I am calling the function my underscore add open parenthesis 1, 2. What it means? So here what will happen now?
A represents 3, B represents 4, sir.
Yes. So A is represented as 3 and B is represented as 4, right? When I am calling the function, I am giving the argument value to the function. So what is my function name? That is add. And what is my argument passed here? That is A and B. That is a variable passed here. And while I am calling those function, I am giving the value of A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 4, and it will execute and it will produce the result. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, any doubts in this? So this is the basic thing, that is a parameter. When you are passing those variable in the function definition, while you are giving some of the variable is known as a parameter, and same as like that when you are calling the function in a program and you are assigning a value to that particular variable is known as an argument. Yes?
Sir, in arguments, we give no, sir. For I in range, we open the bracket and we input the required things. That only the argument, no, sir.
What you are telling, that input value, this you are telling.
The values which are in parentheses is called arguments, no, sir.
The value inside the parenthesis. So here you can understand, right? What I am doing is I am defining a function name that is add, and I am passing two parameters. So whatever the parameters here, I am passing two parameters, and after passing those parameters, some of the statements I haven't been executed. In the main function, I am calling this add function, and I am passing the value of this parameters. I am passing the parameter value in this add function. That means I have represent that A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 4. If I am running the same, output will be displayed, right? So see here.
Yes, sir.
So what the output will be here? So say A is
7,
equal
sir.
to 3 and B is equal to 4. So I am getting output as 7. The thing I am passing. So in some other lines of code, I am having this same type of parameter. I want to call the same type of value, the same type of function, but different values. It means 50, 100. So what it means is, I will get two output now. That means 7 and 150, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are declaring a variable name here, the variable name here, only a variable name, and here we are giving some of the values to that particular arguments. So that's it. So this is the difference between the parameters and arguments. Parameters, when you are defining a function, you want to declare the declare the variables. That means what are the variables in which, how many variables you are using in this function. So that is the variable name. And when you are calling the function, we want to give the values of the particular variable, and it will do the remaining operations. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now coming to so this is not in your topic actually. This is not in your syllabus. So I want to mention this, because if we are going with the programming part, the return value will be the return statement will be very useful when you are going and executing one of the statements, and whether the values want to be written or values does not want to be written. So this is one of the major condition we want to look into it. So the return statement is used to exit a function. So we have called a function. So we have called a function here, and whether the function is exit or not, we can't able to tell that. So for exiting the function, for closing those functions, we are going with the return statement. The return statement is used to exit a function and go back to the place from where it was called. So it will go back to the place, and so where the function has been called here, in which line the function has been called?
7.
In which line the function has been called?
6th line.
Yes?
5.
Sir, second line.
First line, sir. First line, sir.
No. This
Sir,
is a
second line.
So this is
Both
the
are.
function definition, and this is the function calling. So this add function, wherever you are using here, that is known as a function call. So here we are calling the function add, and we are going to execute the statement by using the values 3 and 4. So here the function has been called, and here also the function has been called, right? Here we are defining a function. So these lines and all, we are defining a function, and we are writing a statement for the particular function. So this is the print function. You can use wherever we want, and this is the function we are calling. This is the line we are calling the function, that is add 3, 4. It means this line will call the function add, and it will execute the statement by using 3 and 4. So now where the function has been called here in this program?
6th and 7th.
Yes, the function has been called in 6th and 7th line. So what it means is it has taken the value 3 and 4 to the add function, and it doing some of the operation, the statement operation here, and it will produce the result here itself, right? And if suppose the result want to be continued in this add function, so calling function, then we want to go with the return statement. If the return statement has no arguments, then it will not return any values but exist from the function. If the return statement is not having any arguments here, if they are not having any arguments here, it will automatically return the function and it will exit the function. If suppose we are having any arguments and doing a program, then we definitely want to go with the return statement. So that example I will explain you now. So before going to this, it is known as a function prototype, and there are 4 types of prototype will be there: function without argument and without return value, function with argument and without return value, function without argument and with return value, and function with argument and with return type. So these are the 4. Whether it is visible, that yellow color for you?
Yes, sir.
Whether it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the prototype, which consists of four things, that is function without argument and without return type. So whatever we have discussed here, yes. So the first thing, without arguments and without return type. So can you see this? There is no argument has been passed here, right?
Yes, sir.
So and no return type also, we have not mentioned any return type over here, right?
Yes, sir.
So in this program, that means yes. So task number 1, it is no argument passing and no return value. So this is the example for the first prototype, that is no argument has been passed here and no return value also mentioned here. It will execute the main function first, and if you are calling a function, it will go to the function and it will execute the statement whatever involved in this function, and it will terminate the program. So this is the first prototype. And now coming to the second one. Yes. No argument has been passed here, but having the return value. So yes. So can you tell me what is the difference between the first program and second program as of now?
Return.
No, come to the main function and you can look into the main function there.
Sir, in first one, we define the function add, sir.
Okay.
In second one, we just give the number, sir. We didn't assign the value of x.
Yes. So it means that, so in the first program, what we have done is we directly call the add function and we can going to execute this program, right? So here what we are doing is we are assigning a variable to the particular function call method, and the value is stored in the x, and the x want to be displayed in an output, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, any doubt here? We are defining a function that is add, and we are getting a user input over here, and we are assigning a variable that c is equal to a plus b, and we are giving the return c option. That means it will return the value that was stored in a c. So now how the Python Pro code will execute this? It will start executing in the main function. We are given x is equal to add function, add of function. It means that we are we are calling the add function value, and we are going to store in the x, and finally we are printing this x. Whatever the values that was displayed here, it will print in this x, and it will produce an output. Can anyone having that doubt why we are using this return statement?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is the major purpose we are using this return statement? Yes. The thing is, after getting this value and you want to do some other operation by using this particular value, this return statement value will be used. So I will give you an example. So now I am giving that 10 and 20. So what will be the output for me? What is an output? If I am giving two input, that is 10 and 20, what will be my output?
Value of C will be 30, sir.
So the value of C will be 30. So first what will happen is, it will execute the main program, that is x is equal to add of function. So it will go here and it will collect the input. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to 10 plus 20, and it will be return C. So return C, what will happen? It will go here and it will store here like x is equal to 30. Likewise, it will store here. So after that, the print statement will be executed. So print sum is the x, whatever the value in the x, it will be displayed in the print statement, right? So what I will get is, yes. So enter the integer input, that is I have entered here as 10, and enter the integer input, that is I have 20, and the sum is 30 that I have displayed. And after getting this value, I want to add or do some other operation by using this particular value. Then we can directly call, this function, this variable. No need to call those all the function. You can, if you are using the return statement, you can directly call this variable and do some other operation by using this variable values. So in the 12th line and 30th line, what I have done is, so x plus equal to 2. What it means is x is equal to x plus 2. So what is an x value?
30, sir.
So 30 plus 2, it means 32. The value has been changed for the particular x. The value has been changed without calling the function add. The value can be changed by using this return value. So what will be my output here right now?
32.
Yes. So the whole program will be executed. Same program. Enter the integer input. It means the sum is equal to 30, and one more line has been displayed here, that is 32. The 32, how the 32 has been displayed here is, I am using the x value, that means the function value of x plus 2. So we can modify the value by calling this function. If you are giving the return value, the variable that was stored separately, and you can do some of the modification for that particular value. For this purpose, the return statement has been used. So, fine.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Chat box. No. So yes, now coming to the third task. So now coming to the third task, that is argument passing and no return value. So in the previous example, we have not passed any arguments here in the function. So here we are passing an argument with no return value. So we are not going for the return value. So what will happen is, yes. So what will happen is, it will execute the main program. That means they will get a user input here, and it will call the function that is add x comma y. So here x comma y, what the value will be here? Value will be x
10,
will consider as 10 and y will consider as 20. So we are passing the value that is x is 10 and y is 20, and it will directly go to the function. Here the a will represent as 10 and b will represent as 20, and it will do the operation here and it will produce the output. Fine. So same output will be displayed. Yes. If suppose I am hanging these two lines, I am not getting a user input here, and I am passing the values here, that is 10 and 20. So whether it will be executed?
Sir.
Yes. So I am not getting any value. I am just passing this. Yes, it was executed by passing the values. So if you are going for an user input, you can use this. If you are going with the values directly in the argument, if you are giving directly value in the argument, you can give the values directly in the argument. Yes. So this is known as an argument passing and no return value. We are passing an argument and we are passing the argument values, but the return value is not there. We are directly calling the function. We are not storing the operation values in some other variables. We can directly calling the function and it will execute and it will terminate. Right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts as of now? Okay. Then we will move the last statement, last task, that is last type. And here, same that like that, we are passing an argument and with we having a return values. So once we are using the return value, what we want to do is we want to declare a variable and we want to call the function. So keep that in mind. If you are using the return value in the main function, we want to declare a variable and after that we want to call the function. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in this case, what will happen is the main function will be executed. So we are collecting an input from the user here, and we are assigning a variable, and we are calling a function. So z is a variable, and I am calling the function. So z is equal to add of x comma y. So whatever we are getting a first input, it will consider as a x, and whatever we are getting a second input, it will consider as a y. So in this case, 10 and 20 is the x and y. So it will directly go to the function. Here a will represent as 10 and b will represent as 20, and c is equal to 10 plus 20. So it means c is equal to 30, and it will return the statement here, and the c value will be stored in the z variable, and finally we are printing the z and it will display the value as 30. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in this case, I am blocking these two lines. In this case, I am blocking these two lines. I am giving a value directly in and 20. So what will happen here? 100 and 200. So what will happen?
300, sir.
So 300. What will happen is the main function has been called, and this is the, so first line it will be executed. It means z is equal to, we are calling a function. So add of 100 comma 200, it means a is equal to 100, b is equal to 200. So it will call the function here and it will do the operation and it will produce, and it will, the value must be stored in the z variable, and the output will be displayed whatever the values that was stored in the z variable. So if suppose, so after running this, I will get the value of 300. Yes, the sum is 300. If suppose I am passing this argument 500 here, what will happen?
Error.
Z value is 800, sir.
No.
There are only two variables, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
error, sir.
Yes, it will consist of error because we having only two arguments here, that is a and b. So here we are passing three values. So it will consist of error. When you are using the main function, that will really consist of error. Can you see this? That will take as a type error. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So the type error which consists of take two positional arguments but three were given. So the error message also will be displayed here. So how many variables arguments you are passing, same values want to be given in the function call methods, right? If I am giving only one variable, what will happen?
It also came as error, sir.
Yes. So missing one required position. So definitely we want to give the two values. If you are giving two variables, we want to give the two values. Yes, the sum is 100. So whatever value you are giving, then it will be executed. So these are the four types of this is not in your syllabus, and it won't, the function prototype will not be asked in your exam point of view. But the thing is, in some of the program, we are going to use this written statement in some of the program. For that purpose only, I am giving this. And if you are going with the function without argument, with argument, whatever the program you are having, you just keep that in mind. If suppose if you are defining a function and calling a function, the final output of those function want to be used in the further process, then you want to go with the return type, and that return type want to be stored in a particular variable, and that particular variable can be used in some other operation. So this is the basic thing of a function prototype, and these are the return type. And here you can clearly understand that the syntax of the return is return and expression. So here the return is C. So return is the keyword and C is the expression. So whatever the value that you are going to return is known as the expression. So here in this statement, we are going to return the C value to the main function. So that is known as the statements. So this is one of the basic example that I will share. So whatever we have done, that is in this example, so that I will be sharing to you. And now coming to the important thing, that is an argument type. So here, what is mean by argument? What are the arguments that I have passed here?
A and B.
Yes.
A comma A and B.
Yes. What are the arguments that I have passed?
A comma B.
A comma B, sir.
So A comma A and B. So A and B are the argument that I have passed in here. So for passing those arguments, we having some of the rules and regulations and some of the conditions over there. So here. So can you tell me what is my function name?
My details.
Details, sir.
Then
Can you tell me my underscore detail is my function name. So how many arguments I am passing there?
Name and age, sir.
2, sir.
Two. So what are there?
Name, age.
Name and
Name.
George
Name and
and
age.
56, sir.
No, I am passing this here. I am asking in the function name and age. I am passing here, and in the print statement I am printing the name, and in the another print statement I am printing the age. So here I am used a return statement, but I am not allocated any expression over here. It means when you are using a null return statement, the program will be terminated. Fine. So here what I have told is, after return statement you want to give an expression. If return statement has no arguments, then it will not return any value but exit from the function. So simply I am using the return statement because the function want to be exist, so I am using the return statement here. So first in this, which line will be executed first?
Sir, it executes the name, sir.
Which line? Which line? Can you mention 1, 2, 3?
Second line, sir.
No.
first line is
Yes. So clearly I have told you that this is the definition and this is the main program. So what is meant by function? I have explained you in the first class. This is function or the subprograms. So without main program, the subprogram will not be executed. So once we want to execute the main program, and after that only it will execute the subprogram. So here, this is the main. when you are defining a function and returning the value, these lines and all consist of subprograms, and remaining lines will be consist of the main program. So here, in which line it will be a main program?
Sixth line.
Sixth line.
Sixth line will be your main program. So this is your main program. First the Python, what will do is it will go to the main program, that my underscore detail. You are calling a function that my underscore detail. It will check where the my underscore detail function has been executed. So in this case, we have mentioned that George and 56 is your arguments, and it will go to the parameter what we have passed in this function, and it will consist of name. It will replace that name is equal to George and age is equal to 56, and it will produce the result directly. So what will be my output here? What is my output? Here you can see here in the print statement, what I have done is name is equal to, we are calling the argument name. So in the name, the George will be displayed here, and in the age 56 will be displayed here. So this is a function with argument value. We can call the function with directly the argument value. We have discussed in the previous example also. So we are calling the function argument with their correspondent value, and it will execute the result. So now coming to the next one. So what is happening there? So for the first one is a requirement argument. The number of argument in the function call should be matched exactly with the function definition. So the number of arguments should be matched exactly in the function definition. So if it is 2, we want to give the 2 values. So this is known as a required argument. So whatever we have discussed in the previous example, it will also suitable for this. And now coming to the here, it is a keyword argument. So Python interpreter is able to use the keyword provided to match the values with parameters, even though if they are arranged in out of order. So what here is done is name. I have first given the name, and second I am giving the age. So I am declaring a value to the particular arguments. First I am declaring the age is equal to 56, and again I am declaring name is equal to George. So what the output will be here now? Yes? Cut the call. So what will be my output now?
Same.
So you can read this once again, that Python interpreter is able to use the keyword provided to match the values. So here what is the keyword that was given here is age is a keyword, and it will go directly to the age, and it will represent this 56 into age. And here the name is his keyword, and it will go directly to the name, and it will represent George in the part of name. So here I have given first thing as name and second thing as age, and here I am declaring first thing as age and second thing as name. But in the out of order situation also, it won't affect the input. It means we are representing the values by using the keywords in this function call method. So here the same output will be displayed here. Yes, the same output. So here what we have declared is age is equal to 56. It will go to the age and will give the value as 56. Here the name is equal to George. It will go to the name and it will represent George. In the print statement, we are displaying the name and the age. So it will display the George and 56. So this is the keyword arguments. So we have discussed 2 types of arguments. One is required argument. So how many values that you are declared, we want to give all those values. And second one, based on the arguments keyword, we can give the values for the particular arguments. Clear? Any doubt in this?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes. So now coming to the default argument. What is my function name?
Details.
My underscore
My
details.
details.
My underscore detail. So how many arguments I am passing there?
2 arguments, sir.
So
2.
where is the first line will be executed in this program? Which line will be executed first?
My underscore detail.
Name, sir.
Main program. 6th line. Main program.
Which line will be executed first?
Second line, sir.
Second
First line,
line.
sir.
First line.
Second line,
main
sir.
function should be inserted now, sir.
So which
Second
line?
line, sir.
The main function is in which line?
Second line, sir. Second line.
5.
No.
Fifth line, sir.
Fifth line. Yes. Yes. The fifth line will be executed first because I already telling that the function is the subprogram and this print return statement are all the statement of this particular function. So the function will not execute in the first. So the main function will be executed in the first. So this is known as your main function and it will execute first. It means we are calling the function my underscore detail and we are giving the value that name is equal to charge. So we are passing these 2 arguments here. So before going to this, I will explain. So default argument is the default value. If a value is not provided in the function call for that argument. So if we are providing a default value in an argument when you are defining a function itself. So it means the age is equal to 40 is fixed as default and it cannot be changed, and remaining arguments can be changed by calling the function my underscore detail. So if I am running this function, same output will be displayed that name is equal to George. So we are giving the here name is equal to George and age is equal to 40. It means the 40 has been defaultly assigned in this particular variable, particular arguments, and it will produce the result. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here variable length. So whatever, if you are giving the only one name, if you are giving n number of values and the output will be only one variable, depends upon only one variable. So the variable length argument will not be used in your programming and all. So we are not giving any length for the particular variable. So we are supposed to use only these things, that is requirement, keywords and default argument. So this is the variable length. It means if you are giving only one variable name and we are collecting all the student list in this particular function called method, and how the output will be in the single line. So that is the thing. Yes. So this variable length argument we are not going to use, we are not supposed to use here, and this 3 argument we are going to use regularly, that is default, required and keyword. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in the next class we will discuss about the modules. So 1254. So in the next class we will discuss about the some of the modules, what is meant by modules, and we will go with the illustrative problems also. So here this is the second unit. So the modules has been left over here, and this swapping problem we already discussed, and we will do some of the illustrative problems, some of the non-syllabus illustrative problems also. So in that time we can able to identify clearly what is meant by function and what is meant by return type and what is meant by argument and how the argument values has been passed. So this and all we will discuss in the next class. So in case of any queries as of now, you can ask your queries, and if you are comfort with your thing, you can give your attendance, give your name and followed by your department in today only on today. Give your name or followed by your department. So sorry, give your department and followed by your name. Sorry, give your department and followed by your name. Give your attendance and you can move off. Yes. Give your department and followed by your name. If you are having a Sanjay Shankar, what I told is, so what is Give your department and followed by your name. Mohammed Mushraf, Subhash Santosh. Give your department and followed by your name. Chaitanya. If you are not giving your department correctly, I will mark you an absent. So that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
when will we receive our internal score, sir?
You are not yet received your score.
Yes, sir.
Remaining subject you all received your score.
No, sir. We
No.
received for 2 subjects, sir.
Okay, I thought it was not giving to you. So I will send you within 2 days, right? So this is that was in a Google form. So I will send you within a day or 2 days, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.